Welcome back to another episode of Fridays with Fran, and today we have some very exciting new birds that arrived here on the farm and we're introducing them into their new houses. If you like hearing our updates from the farm, drop us a like and a subscribe and we'll carry on making videos just like this one. We're going to introduce our new hens into their house with the others, and we have an automatic door on our house. So normally our chickens wait till bedtime and they all go in just as the sun's setting, which is normally at the moment about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. But tonight we're going to shut their new friends in with them. That way their new friends know that this is their house, this is where they have to go to bed. So the first challenge is rounding up all the hens that already live in this paddock and getting them into their house before we can put the new ones in. So that is what me and Amy, and we're going to get Paul to help us do as well, is a big chicken roundup. So now we've got all our original hens in, we can add our new chickens into the house so they'll all settle, make friends overnight as it gets dark. They're less likely to fight when it's dark, and these girls will know where bedtime is. We will, with our automatic door, have to make sure the next couple of nights that these girls have got in, because it's not 100%, we don't want them roosting in a tree and getting caught by the fox. This is a Padavana chicken with a great big top knot on its head. Little eyes tucked in there. And before we let them go, we're going to clip each of their wings, which just means clipping the feathers on one wing. So it's not hurting, it's just like having a haircut, but it means that they can't get lift to fly, and they're going to stay in their pen and not be roaming the whole farm park. There we go. And she's ready to go in and meet her new friends. And the cockerel can hear them, he's already excited. This beautiful lady is an Appenzeller. They again have a cool top knot on their head, this one pointing forward. And by only doing one wing, it means if they try and take off, they can't go in a straight line. So they're actually better just having one wing done rather than two. And this beautiful girl is a silver campine, so a little bit bigger than the others. Absolutely stunning markings. And again, we'll do her wing. And again, it's just like having a haircut. I'm just clipping the feathers. You see, she can't feel it at all. Seems a bit of a shame cutting off her beautiful feathers, but it means that she's going to stay in her pen, and that way she's not going to go missing and get caught by the fox if she's not back home at night time. These are a breed called a Padavana. She's a slightly different colour to the other two, and they're very, very similar to a slightly more popular breed, the Polish, which also have a big crest on the top of their heads. We've been debating here how they're different, and we think that this one's got a slightly smaller tuft. See, their eyes are a bit clearer under there. She's got beautiful golden eyes. And then under her chin, she's also got feathers that make a big poof, so it looks like she's got a little beard as well. So we've got all these beautiful birds from the Domestic Fowl Trust up near Stratford, and they only had hens at the moment, so we're using them to restock our birds and get some interesting new breeds. And at the moment they've got eggs in their incubator, so we're going to have some cockerels back, which will be unrelated to these girls, once those little eggs have hatched into chicks and the chicks are big enough to move here. So then we'll be able to hatch them ourselves and we'll have our own chicks. So we always do this in the evening, and that means that the chickens are all in the house, and as it starts to get dark, the light comes in, they'll naturally want to fall asleep, which stops them bickering and stops them fighting, as they've got new intruders, and that's what they do. We call it a pecking order for a reason. So while they settle themselves down, we're just before they go to bed, there's a little bit of clucking, but the new ones are eating food already, so they seem quite happy. So we'll let them out tomorrow morning, and then hopefully they should know where it is bedtime, and they'll all know where to go back to bed, rather than us running around the paddock trying to find them. So on top of our beautiful chickens from the Domestic Fowl Trust, we've been given this lovely boy from a man locally who sadly had to give up his chickens. This is a new Brahma cockerel, which we've been on the lookout for a while. So we've got 3 Brahma hens, but not a Brahma cockerel to go with them. So he's going to move in with our ladies. They've not had a boy with them for a while, so it might come as a bit of a shock. And the Brahma is the heaviest breed of chicken in the world, and they go absolutely huge, as you can see. So let's climb over, and they're already in bed, and we'll pop them in to join them. So as well as being the biggest breed of chicken in the world, the Brahma is also the friendliest, or one of the friendliest breeds. They're big gentle giants. So quite happy carrying him out here. He doesn't seem too stressed. So I think we might have to have a move around tomorrow because I think he might be a bit too big for this house. Hey ladies. It's the next morning and the automatic door has let the chickens out a couple of hours ago just as it got light. But I'm going to go and top up their food and make sure they've all settled in okay. Most of them have come out and been brave enough, but these two are obviously still a bit anxious and settled down inside. There we go. And see how the others outside are doing. So the Brahmas don't have an automatic door yet, so we've got to actually let them out. They're stood queuing up, and the question is whether our new big cockerel will manage to fit out the door himself, or whether we'll have to open the back door to let him out. And while we're here, we'll check if we've got any eggs. Have a look in the nest box, and hopefully at least one of the hens will have laid an egg yesterday. And sure enough, we've got one. I hope you enjoyed our feathery update, and join us next week for more here on the farm.